Hi, I'm Tim, and this is Timberway Designs. I've been making a series of videos of making cabochons out of rocks that I find and purchase. This week I got a piece of Epidote from Saxon Harbor, Wisconsin, a beach there. Let's make a cabochon. So this week what we have here is a piece of beach-worn Epidote. And it also looks like it's got basalt, rhyolite, and then some yellow stuff up here. So it's a pretty good mixture. It's got a few little crevices and inclusions in it. Let's get it wet and take a closer look. Now I picked this up because it is absolutely a gorgeous greenish, yellowish color here. It's got a lot going on. So my plan here is to take it downstairs and we're going to split it right down the middle. So I'm hoping it's not hollow in the center. I don't think it would be, but it'll give me 2 shots at making a cabochon out of this. So let's go downstairs and split this in 2 and see what we got on the inside. All right, we're down here on my 10-inch high-tech rock saw. We're going to cut this piece of Epidote, whatever, in half here and make a cabochon out of 1/2. So let's get going. Okay, ready for the big reveal? I am. Here we go. Whoa. I think that is going to make a cool cabochon. So we'll take this upstairs and we'll put a pattern on it and we'll keep on trucking here. So we got our rock cut in half, and I'm really impressed with what was in the inside. You guys saw it earlier. So let's take a closer look and then we'll do a shape on this. So here's the 2 halves of the rock we're going to make a cabochon out of. So let's see. I think I'm going to do this one. So let's get this one wet. I'm really impressed. It's kind of more of a agglomerate, and the Epidote in there, it just, I don't know, it looks kind of brokenish cool, I guess. I don't know if that's a word. I don't know what this black spot is. There's the outside. I want to say that's basalt, and that's rhyolite, but I'm not positive. I think it's going to make a crazy looking cabochon. So I decided I'm going to do a bezel, and I don't have any of my marking stuff here. So let me go get ready again, and I'll come back. Okay, I'm back. I think I got all my crap together here. So this is the piece we're going to use. I decided to go with a 20 by 30 millimeter bezel, or put it in a bezel. And I'm thinking right about there. That'll give me about everything this rock has to offer. We'll do a black line here. So we'll take this down to the trim saw, trim it up, and then grind down to the line to make sure it fits in the bezel nice, and then we'll make a cab out of it. All right, we're down here on my 5-inch high-tech trim saw that I got to plug in. All right, got it plugged in. Got my rock here, we're going to trim up to the lines, and then we'll grind off to the lines. This thing sprays all over the place. All right, that's close enough for me. But like I said, the more you cut off, the less you got to grind off. But I think we're okay here. So let's go over in the cabber. Now we're putting it in a bezel, so I got to be careful when I approach this line here. Okay, we're all set up on the cab machine here. I'm going to start with the 80 grit 220, 280, and then buff it up with the 600. So let's, now we're putting this in a bezel. So I got to be kind of careful when I start getting down the line. I'll start checking the fit and everything. So let's get started. All right, we're starting to creep up on the line here. I just don't want to blow past the fit. And that's really close. I think I'm going to take it to the 280. This zone feels kind of soft, and that might drop it right in there. So it's a lot of fiddling around, trying to get a perfect fit. Ah, it's really, really close. I'm gonna go. Yeah, we'll stay safe and stay on this 280 wheel here. Yeah, I think I gotta take it on a spin on the 220 here. Back to 280. Yeah, it's just so close. It's a little too fat on the side still. Go back on the 220. Ah. Well, this take a lot longer than I thought it would, but like you said, you got to kind of ease into it. All right, I think we are in. So I'm going to take it over to 600. You won't be able to see this. There's a shine we're going to get. So I think it's going to be a pretty cabochon one once we get done. So I'm going to take it upstairs, put a top on it, and then we'll come back and make it into a cabochon. And we're back. We got her all dopped up. So we'll start with the 280, the 220, the 80 grit, 220, 280, and then on to the polish. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put an 1/8 inch to a 2 millimeter girdle around this, and then I'll start cutting 45s on this edge here, and then probably another 45 on the edge there, and I'll leave a little flat here, and then we'll go ahead and dome it. So let's start doming, or start, you know what I mean. That's nice. All right, we're all redobbed here. Let's give it another shot. All right, got a nice little 45. Now I think I'm going to put another one up on top, and then we'll start doming it. Okay. Now technically, most folks would say you need to put another one there, but I think that's close enough for me to start doming. So let's start doming. Ah, man. It's gonna be one of them days, I guess. Okay, we're back. And we're back for try number 3. Although I got lots of sticks and lots of wax upstairs, we can keep doing this all day long. All right, let's go. I might lower that just a little bit. I'm liking that. We're going to move to the 220 grit now. Just checking for big scratches. Now we'll go to 280. Oh, man. Well, you know what that means. Back upstairs, put it on another stick. All right, we're back. Redobbed. I think we were on the 280 grit, so let's keep going. Wow, that's a shine right there on the 280 grit. This thing might be really cool if we can keep it on the stick. All right, I think I got my edges broke the way I want. Now there's a little bit right there. Touch that up a little bit. All right, gonna move to the polishing step. I gotta move the camera, so I gotta shut you off for a second here. All right, now we'll go through the polishing step. 600, 1200, I looked it up finally, 3000 and a cerium oxide. So let's start with the 600. Get a little shine going there. Go on to the 1200. Getting there. Now we'll move on to the 3000. Okay, we'll put it on the cerium, see if we can bump this up a little higher on the shine scale. So I gotta move the camera again, so just bear with me. All right, we're on cerium oxide. Turn the water on, got my splash shield in place. Let's go. All right, see what we got here. Flip it off of my pants. Yeah, I think we can live with that. Okay, I'm gonna throw it in the freezer and watch. This thing will not come off the stick after all the accents we had today, and we'll take a closer look at it. Well, after a few trips back and forth to the dot pot because the stick kept falling off, I put it in the freezer, and I got probably the cleanest break on one of these stones I ever got. So here it is. Let's take a closer look at it. So here is a little troublemaker that wouldn't stay on the dot stick. I think got a pretty decent shine out of it, a lot of detail in there. I did not do anything with the back because it's going into this this 30 by 20 bezel here. So we took this, that, and turned it into this right here. And I think the transformation is quite exquisite. So let's take a good close look at it. Got a decent shine on it. Epidote, I think basalt, I don't know, called potpourri. Okay, we're going to put it in this bezel here. I'm going to orient it like that. So when you're doing the bezels, like I said previously, you don't have to put a ton of glue in there. I just kind of dap it in the center there, like that. And then when you push your stone in there, it's going to squish it all out. You just don't want it squishing out all around the edges and stuff, because then you got to clean it all off. Got to try to maintain a professional appearance here. So there you have it. Beach stone, epidote, and whatever in a stainless steel bezel. So he took an ordinary beach stone and made a beautiful cabochon out of it. If you're interested in it, it'll be in my Etsy store in the description down below. Click on that. I got all kinds of stuff in there, and this will be in there too. Next week, we've got another beach stone here, piece of variolite. We're going to do that. Come on back and you can see that being made. I'd like to thank my subscribers for coming and watching my videos, and I wish you would subscribe. It's free. It helps me out a lot. Just click down below and you're in, and then give me a thumbs up. Gets the analytics out there so more people can see these videos and maybe learn something or be entertained or something. I don't know. So that's all I got. I'll catch you later.